What is up, guys? Today I'm going to be predicting UFC champions at the end of the year for 2026. And we're back. I'm excited. Took a little bit of a break off YouTube, but now I'm back. Um, I'll react a little bit to UFC 328. I mean, Strickland won, Van won. Crazy in person performance from both of the men. Last weekend, Arnold Allen, pretty dominant decision over Melchizedek Costa. And won in pretty much dominant fashion. And that was it for UFC. Obviously MVP card happened, but that's not UFC stuff. So let's jump right into the flyweights and who I think will be champion at the end of the 2026 for the flyweights. The flyweight champion at the end of 2026 is going to be Joshua the Fearless Van. His performance against Tetsuro Taira proved that he can beat high-level grapplers. Pantoja is quite literally him. It's him and DJ as the best grapplers at 125 ever. You know, I think that Joshua Van is going to be able to beat Pantoja. Pantoja is old. He is 37 or 36, I want to say, coming off of an elbow or shoulder injury that Joshua Van did cause. It wasn't on accident. He kicked he caught a head kick and made Alessandro Pantoja fall. Like he says, he's a black belt. He should know how to fall. Um, but yeah, I'm excited for this year. I cannot wait for Pantoja Van 2. I think right now that's looking like it's probably going to be in September or October. And I think Van gets the better of the two. I think in a 5-round fight, Pantoja, we've seen him fight 5 rounds, but who? I know the Pantoja glaze is wild. Who has Pantoja fought? He fought Brandon Moreno. That's his best opponent. Kai Kara France sucks. Steve Erceg is not the same level as Pantoja. Who am I thinking? Kaya Sakura? What is he? He's proved to be shit. Brandon Royval? He's not championship level. I'm just thinking, like, the only good people he's fought, which is Joshua Van, as he was holding the title. Joshua Van beat him. Like, he won. He won the fight. And that makes me think that this fight, the second one, Pantoja's older. He's not going to be as high level. I think at least he's not going to be as what he was against someone like Kai Sakura. Van got taken down, but you saw in the Van fight he could get up from those takedowns. And after shooting for so much, I think Pantoja will gas out. Obviously, people say that he is underrated striking, which he definitely does. But Joshua Van's a different level boxer. He's slick. His Muay Thai is amazing. And I think that Van would win the rematch between these two. Give me Joshua Van to be the flyweight champion at the end of 2026. Maybe he even defends it again. Maybe against someone like Manel Kape and the winner of Manel Kape versus Horiguchi. That could be a fight that Joshua Van looks at the end of 2026, maybe in December or even the beginning of 2027 in January. But Joshua Van is the future of the flyweight division, and I think he would retain his flyweight belt against someone like Alessandro Pantoja in probably October or September. In the bantamweight division, the bantamweight 2026 champion at the end of 2026 will be Merab Dvalishvili. I thought Merab was going to fight Jan at UFC 329 in at International Fight Week in the main event. Obviously, that did not become true. And Conor McGregor's fighting Max Holloway, which I'm not surprised, to be honest. I saw the rumors before that video was even made, and I'm not really shocked. I thought a Colby versus Conor fight would have been sick, but nope. Main event, Max Holloway versus Conor. Reaction to that right now, live? Not live. That came out last weekend when Francis Ngannou was walking out for the MVP card. Reaction to that? Well, Conor McGregor's back, and I'm excited. I've never watched Conor McGregor actually fought, so I'm excited for that, but I'm getting sidetracked. Merab, he will be the champion. He will beat Petr Yan by split decision in Philadelphia. I think that'll be the co-main event between a Islam and Ian. I think there might be 3 title fights on that card. I think it'll be Islam Ian in the main event, Merab co-main, and Mackenzie Dern. I think she's fighting Jillian Robertson, the Canadian girl. I think that that'll be a fight on that card. Maybe Joe Pyfer versus Imavov or Calvahayo will be on that card. I'm getting so sidetracked. Oh my gosh. Merab will beat Petr Yan by split decision. I'm convinced. I think Merab, he had a bad weight cut last time he fought Piotr Jan. I mean, and when they fought for real, Merab won 50-45. I mean, Piotr Jan was also hurt then, but this is the trilogy. There's no excuses this time. Merab hasn't fought this year. Piotr Jan hasn't fought this year. Yes, he's coming off of injury, Piotr Jan, but he's going to be back. He's going to be healthy. I think there should be no excuses between these two. Bad blood trilogy. Both love talking crap to each other. I think it's going to be a fun fight. And I'm going to go Merab to win that. And I think Merab won't fight again this year. Maybe he will. Maybe he'll be a little bit more active toward the end of the year. Maybe fight someone like the winner of Sean O'Malley versus Eamon Zahavi. Maybe a Umar rematch. But yeah, I think that Merab will get his bantamweight belt back and will win that fight against Piotr Jan in Philadelphia or Abu Dhabi, wherever that fight will take place. Next weight class, featherweight. Does Movsar do it? No. Volk wins. Volk wins a 50-45 decision again. Volk's going to fight one more time this year, and it's going to be against Movsar. And I think Movsar is going to win that fight. Movsar is not on the same level as Volk. I don't think Movsar even beat Lerone Murphy. I think Lerone Murphy would also lose to Volk. Volk's a different level. He's still a different level. He's really good. He's number 3 in the pound for pound ranking. He's literally one of the best in the world. One of the greatest of all time. That might be a hot take. Volk's a legend. He's beaten Max 3 times. He's only lost to legends. He's lost to Ilya Islam twice. The guys that go. He's the greatest featherweight to ever walk the planet. If I don't even think Connor is. I would say Volk is. Then Ilya, Max, and Connor could be in that conversation with Jose Aldo. But I think that Volk is just a different level to most of the guys in the top 5. I think Volk's most entertaining fight would be Aljo. But these up-and-comers at featherweight, the one guy I think that actually could beat Volk is John Silva. But also, I think Aljo might give Volk a hard opportunity. I think the best person to be able to finish Volk would beat him, and that's Diego Lopez. And Volk's 49-46 him twice. So Volk could be defending his belt multiple times, but I don't know. I think he'll fight once. It'll be against Movsar, probably in Abu Dhabi as the main event or co-main, depending on who main events in October. And I think that Volk would beat Movsar. So I'm going to say Volk will be the champion at the end of 2026. Lightweight. Hear me out, ladies and gentlemen. Justin Gaethje is going to be the 2026. He's going to be the champion at the end of 2026. He's going to beat Ilya at the White House. I don't know why. I didn't think Hamzat was going to lose to Strickland, but Strickland went out and did it. 2026 is the year of upsets. And Justin Gaethje is going to knock out Ilya Topuria. Maybe not knock out. He's going to beat Ilya Topuria at the White House. I'm convinced. It's just I don't know why my gut is telling me this. I could be so wrong. But Ilya, I don't know. I was so convinced Hamzat was going to beat Sean Strickland that now I don't even know what's going to happen at the White House. It might be a fixed event for Justin Gaethje to win this. I don't know. Give me Gaethje to be the champion at the end of 2026. If he beats Ilya, there is a chance he fights one more time this year. I doubt it. But if he does, it'd be against Arman. And to be honest, Arman would maul Gaethje. But I don't think he would. Maybe that would be in 2027. Arman, I feel like Arman should fight the winner in Paddy versus BSD, which is happening at UFC 329. And I think BSD should win that. But I think that Paddy versus Arman would be really easy to sell like a main event in like Qatar or in the Middle East somewhere. But yeah, I'm going Justin Gaethje to be the lightweight champion at the end of 2026. I don't know why. Something in my gut is just telling me that Justin Gaethje is gonna win this fight. I ruled him out. Yeah, I thought he had no chance to beat Paddy in January, but he did. I'm trying to remember at UFC 291. I thought he was gonna lose to Dustin. He beat him. I thought he was gonna lose to Fiziev at 313 because it was a short notice fight for Fiziev, but I just thought he would like go in there and win it. I don't know why, but that was also a rematch. But I never pick Justin Gaethje to win. I don't know why. It's just something I don't do. And now I'm gonna pick him to win because he's gonna win against Ilya. I have a weird feeling. I don't know why. I would be surprised, obviously, if that happened. But if Ilya won, That's what everybody wants to have happen. But the real legends want Justin Gaethje to become undisputed champion for the first time ever in his career, because he's been interim. He's interim right now, two-time interim. But we all are rooting for Justin Gaethje to become lightweight champion, and I think it could happen. Weirdly enough, it is a good matchup for him. Like, it's a striker versus striker. It's not like the Patty fight where he could threaten it with grappling, but Ilya can, because he is a really good wrestler. But man, give me Justin Gaethje to become lightweight champion at the end of 2026. Man, that's gonna be weird. Welterweight. At the end of 2026, the welterweight champion will be. I don't know. I think it's gonna be Islam. Islam will be Ian Gary. He will. Maybe this is the year of upsets again, and Ian Gary beats him. No, Islam Makhachev will be Ian Gary. Carlos Prates is a lot more of an interesting matchup, in my opinion, because he's never gone against someone as dangerous as a striker as Carlos Prates in his career. Yes, I am saying that Carlos Prates is way more of a dangerous striker than Dustin Poirier. Hot take, he is. And I think it would be an interesting fight. Just Islam, I mean, obviously Carlos Prates is way more dangerous than Volk on the feet, but they're not going to give the title shot to Carlos Prates or Michael Morales. I think Michael Morales nightmare match for Islam, by the way, but that's never going to happen. But Ian Gary will lose to Islam. No doubt in my mind he's going to lose to Islam. 49, 46, 50, 45. But yeah, Islam Makhachev, welterweight champion at the end of 2026. He's only going to fight once. He's not going to fight at the end of the year. Islam's a twice-a-year bird, and he skipped half the year due to injury, ducking Ilya. I can see Ilya moving up, by the way. I forgot to mention that. I can see Ilya moving up if he loses to Gaethje, coming up to try and beat Islam for the welterweight belt. He's definitely going to – Islam's definitely going to beat Ian. Ilya loses to Gaethje, I can see him moving up to 170 and trying to fight Islam. Will it happen this year? No. So I don't got to worry about Islam maybe beating Ilya almost beating Islam and somehow becoming welterweight champion. No. Islam will be welterweight champion at the end of 2026. And that's no doubt in my head. Let's go to the middleweights. Middleweight division, Sean Strickland is going to remain champion. He might fight once this year, maybe again, maybe later in the year in November at MSG, or even in December in Vegas. I could see him main eventing, maybe even at the beginning of next year. But if there is no movement in this middleweight division, Sean Strickland's obviously going to become champion still. And I think that's what's going to happen. I don't think Sean Strickland's going to fight again this year. He took a lot of damage. They might even do an interim championship between Imavov and someone. DDP, I think DDP versus Usman is confirmed. I'm not sure. It might be. I don't know. By the time I upload this could be confirmed. I don't think it will be, though. I think it's going to be next week. I'm recording this on Thursday, on the 21st. But I don't know. We could see Ian becoming champion. Not Ian. Oh, my goodness. We could see DDP become champion again next year. Not this year. I don't think the trilogy is going to happen this year, because I think DDP beats Imavov. I think DDP beats Usman. I think DDP beats most of this top five. DDP is very talented. He's better than pretty much everyone. And I think DDP would beat Strickland in a trilogy. We've seen it enough to where I think I could believe it. But man, Strickland could beat him. I don't know. That's gonna happen next year. It doesn't have to be worried for me this year. Strickland will still be champion at the end of this year. No doubt in my head. Light heavyweight division. I think it's gonna stay Carlos Oberg, right? There could be an interim championship, which I think would be between the winner of Ankalaev versus Khalil Roundtree, which is going to be the main event in Abu Dhabi in July, which I think was confirmed today. The winner of that fight versus someone like maybe Paulo Costa for the interim light heavyweight championship in MSG in November, maybe. I could see that happening. Maybe even Ankalaev fight in Abu Dhabi against someone like that in October. But Ankalaev's not that active. So I honestly think he loses to Khalil Roundtree, because I think Khalil Roundtree would finish him. But maybe he wouldn't. And Ankalaev walks around and finishes him like the fourth round. I don't know. I'm going to go Carlos Solberg to be the undisputed champion at the end of 2026, just due to injury. He's not going to fight again until next year. And they're not going to drop the belt from him. They're not going to take it from him like they've done to many other light heavyweights in the past who have dealt with injury, like Jury. Who am I thinking of? Jamal Hill. Like, they're not going to take the belt from him. No way. But yeah, I could 100% see Ankalaev fighting someone like Paulo Costa in November, and Paulo Costa winning that fight because Paulo Costa looked really good against Azamat Mirzakhanov in Miami, and Khalil Roundtree. I don't know. I think he would still lose to Paulo Costa. I think Paulo Costa could fight Carlos Ulberg next year, which would definitely be weird for an undisputed title. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Carlos Ulberg to be the light heavyweight champion at the end of 2026. And last but not least, the heavyweight division. The champion at the end of 2026 is gonna be, drum roll, Tom Aspinall. Tom Aspinall beats Alex Pereira. I have to say that Alex, I we haven't seen him fight at 265 yet. As the time I'm recording this, I haven't seen him fight a heavyweight. He might not even beat Cyril Gahn. We might get Cyril Gahn versus Aspinall too. I don't know. I'm fine with whatever result there is. I would love to see history. I would love to see Alex become a three division champion at the White House. That would be sick. But if Cyril Gahn somehow beats Alex, which I don't think will happen, we could see Cyril Gahn versus Aspinall too, and we can see that amazing fight that looked to be amazing pre eye poke. We could see that finally become a fight. But I don't know. I think Tom beats both of them. So I think Tom will stay the champion. Maybe he loses to Alex. I think he loses to Cyril Gahn more highly. I think like there's more probability of him losing to Cyril Gahn than there is him losing to Alex. I don't think Alex's heavyweight run is going to be as successful as he thinks. I think he could become a three division champion interim style. He could become a two undisputed champion at middleweight and light heavyweight. He could come up to heavyweight, be the interim champion, and fight Aspinall and probably get submitted because Alex grappling. He's never really gone against a real grappler, and Alex's jiu-jitsu and Tom's jiu-jitsu is really good. So we could see that. Tom's power is also a way higher level than everybody. So we need to see how Alex's power translates to heavyweight, but I think it will translate well. I think he's going to knock out Cyril Gahn on the White House, which no one's ever knocked out Cyril Gahn. So I think that's going to happen. I think he's going to chin Cyril Gahn. And I think Aspinall versus Alex is going to be the main event at MSG because Aspinall will be back healthy. And if that fight between Alex and Aspinall happens next year, obviously Aspinall will stay undisputed champion. And we're gonna say that because I don't want to say that Alex is gonna lose because it hurts my soul to say that. So I'm gonna say I'm gonna say Aspinall stays the undisputed champion, but the interim champion will be Alex Pereira because I can't say Alex or Tom loses because I love Tom as well. So I can't say any of those two guys lose. Draw, undisputed draw, not undisputed draw. What am I saying? Aspinall stays the undisputed champion as Alex and Tom draw at MSG. That's it for the video. Thank you guys for watching. See you.